Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today's May 22nd, 2019, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, starting out at 10:30 South African time out of United Kingdom, yearly CPI number coming out. That's an important number and may really depress the price of the GBP even further. We'll take a look at that as well as Brexit is looming in the background there. Now, next, after that, we have a 2:30 South African time out of Canada, core retail sales. And lastly today, out of the United States, FOMC meeting minutes. It's a meeting regarding the last rate decision that they had. That's going to be at 8 o'clock South African time. That is normally a very volatile time to be trading the Dow Jones because that's usually making some indicators whether or not they're going to increase the interest rates moving forward. They kind of key you in those congressional hearings. So looking at the markets, looking at the Forex symbols, the pound pretty much and the euro pretty much sliding versus the US dollar. We're going to take a look at that while the Aussie is holding its own. Now looking at the indices, Dow Jones trades pretty much sideways. Okay, not much going on there in anticipation probably for this FOMC. And commodities, oil slides, gold pretty much unchanged. And in terms of stocks, it looks like ALCOA is firming up. So that might actually indicate to us maybe that we've hit somewhat of a bottom, perhaps, as China and the United States kind of make amends with their treaties. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're looking here at a Euro USD weekly chart. Okay, as you can see here, we have this nice downwards trend line that we've set up for quite some time, and you can see that it's pretty much been trading within that range. Okay, never really breaking above it on a weekly basis, and we're really flatlining right here. So this may be an indication that it's going to go one way or another. Okay, especially if it hits this, especially if we make this support level be solidified, we may see a perk right here. Okay, we're trading below 112, all right, which is really major for the Euro USD as it's gotten much weaker versus the dollar. So, what's queuing us in right now is really the price of the GBP USD. Look at that, massive nosedive, and it continues today. Okay, with Brexit looming in the background, there are some rumors of Brexit actually is happening, and it hasn't really hit the markets yet, whatever the case may be. Okay, I don't want to get into the news aspect of it. The chart will tell you exactly what's going on. It's weak. Okay, the next real support level is 125.71. Now with this CPI number coming out at 10:30 South Africa time, which is in another hour and a half, if this continues to break down, we could see it definitely hit this 25.70-ish level and continue to slide. Now jumping into the commodities, gold pretty much unchanged here, 1273, really nothing to write home about. Okay, after we've slid down, we haven't broken this 1270-ish level, so altogether, just not really trading. Okay, nothing really going on there. Now looking at oil, however, we had this decent retracement yesterday, 63.75 down to 62.55, but we're still choppy. Okay, this is really trading within its range. The upper limit 63.75-ish level, okay, and the lower limit $61, okay, around $61. So that closer to the middle range of that area. Okay, so after today's sell-off, okay, what I'd look for possibly for a further decline, maybe back to this Fibonacci line as a support level to pick it up on the way up. Now, jumping into that Dow Jones, now, we've pretty much flatlined here, possibly because of this number that's coming out later today, the FOMC meeting minutes, and possibly also because China and the United States still haven't really resolved their differences in terms of trade agreement. So this thing is still looming in the background somewhere. Okay, the U.S. of course is very driven to expand the markets even in this administration. So I would imagine, okay, once the treaty actually goes through, you could see this thing pop up. Okay, but nothing really pushing at me to say, okay, it's a clear trade. Okay, summer is here and summer trading is in effect, which means it's less volatile and there's less opportunities to jump on the bandwagon. Okay, don't press it too hard during the time when it's not much going on. And looking at ALCOA, okay, which is the largest aluminum manufacturing company in the United States, it looks like it's solidifying here at 23.95. We're trading at 24.66 right now. That's actually a decent place for it to be. Looking at daily, okay, that's obviously a low of the year, but it looks like it's consolidating, which really means that it may be, just forming itself a bottom here, okay, as it makes a correctional move on the upside. Perhaps, okay? This is something to consider, as this is usually what happens. It consolidates and then it rallies, okay? I don't want to celebrate this too soon, but especially if we break above 2550-ish level, then that would be actually a decent time to actually look to see a reversal in this correction. Now, looking at the other stocks like the FANG stocks, the Facebooks, the Apples, the Amazons, all that stuff, not much going on, okay? Really not much going on, okay? If we look at Facebook, you see it's trading a 184 after the slide. It popped up a little bit, but it's trading sideways. Amazon, same story. Okay, sold off, bounced a little bit, but trading sideways. Okay, if we look at Google, pretty much the same thing. Okay, Google being the weakest out of all of them. However, look at the banks. Banks are holding their own. Okay, they sold off, but they haven't sold off further down. Okay, which may be an indication that the interest rates will continue being at the levels that they are, not taking such a hawkish or such an aggressive correction on the interest rates moving forward into the second and third quarter of the year. So this actually may be a decent time as the market kind of softens up in the summer to maybe get a end of the summer rally, perhaps. Okay, just something to look forward to. But in the interim, okay, besides this GBP number that's coming out today, I don't think that we're going to have, any massive kind of correctional moves later today. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.